In this nitty-gritty prime time Let's Play live stream, we're going to be playing American Mah Jongg at Mahjong Time. Mahjong Time, as you will see, is the most lifelike platform for online gaming. Well, with American Mahjong anyway, or Mahjong in general. It feels like you're playing at a table. That's the primary reason why I like playing there. You can even practice reading hands at Mahjong Time. We'll talk a little bit more about it when we get to gameplay with commentary. The topic for today is strategy by wall, calculating risks. So we're going to go deep and wide in a fairly short presentation, and then we'll get into the gameplay with commentary. But first, I just want to say thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for sharing about my channel. Channel members, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you so much. We have a new member, Karen. Thank you so much for joining as a channel member. I hope you enjoy the perks. I also want to say thank you so much to moderators for helping monitor the chat today. This is a nitty-gritty format, so we're going to keep the socialization on the way down low. If you like to socialize during live streams, join us on Friday nights. During the nitty-gritty Let's Play live streams, we focus on the topic for the day and then also focus on gameplay with commentary. If you have any questions about throughout the presentation or when we get to gameplay with commentary, if you wonder why I'm making the choices I'm making, please write them in caps so that moderators and I can see them and we don't miss anything. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so we can get started with the topic. Hi, Wes. Hi, Jane. Welcome. All right, so let's see. We're going to go here. There we go. All right, American Mah Jongg, strategy by wall, calculating risk. This topic, by the way, is in my new book. I just released it on last Wednesday. Well, really Monday, but there were a couple glitches. So the book is ready to buy. If you would like to build your skills and add some strategies to the way you play the game, consider buying my primer. It is available for purchase at Amazon in ebook and paperback format. And there's also a companion workbook that you can get if you so choose. If you, let's see, I have not added a link to the primers in the video description, so you'll need to go to my website and click store and then books at MAHJLIFE.com, or you can just go straight to Amazon and type American Mah Jongg primer and you'll find my books. All right, let's go into this topic now, calculating risks. The first thing that I want to share is that when you're playing the game, especially after the Charleston, of course, there's this feeling, this anxiety, I guess you could say, anxiety of missing out in general. That's what FOMO is. Anxiety of an exciting or interesting event that could be happening currently, but you're elsewhere, or vice versa. In Mahjong, that could equate to anxiety of losing jokers in an early exposure, or anxieties that opportunities for hand development will be missed due to inaction, like if you let something go. And that can apply to decisions made during the Charleston. A calculated risk is a risk you should consider taking because the result, if it's successful, will be so good, it's just too good to pass up. So the idea with calculating risks when it comes to playing Mahjong is to not calculate the risk based on the fear of missing out, but instead calculate risk based on intel gathered by reading the room. And we're going to talk about that when we do gameplay with commentary, but I'll give you a little bit of a glimpse in some screenshots that I took while playing a game at Mahjong Time. This idea of calculating risk coincides with the wall in play, because the wall in play basically marks the progress of the game. And I want to give a quick shout out to Tom Sloper. He's the one that I learned about strategy by wall initially, where he laid out some tactics based on the wall in play, and I grabbed a hold of it and made it my own. And that's why I've titled this Hop Toys Strategy by Wall. If you don't know, Hop Toy is my player name when I play online. So when you're looking at a table at a bird's eye view, the first wall is depleted through dealing the tiles. And we're looking at complete walls. If when East rolls the dice to break the wall, the tiles are a little bit, the format or the formation is a little bit different. So you'll need to visualize about 40 tiles, thereabouts, 38 to 40 tiles for a length of a wall. So when the deal happens, the first wall goes away, and then the tiles are in our racks. That's the preliminaries. And then we're left with a short wall. And we do the Charleston. The Charleston is what I call the pregame, because when East discards their first tile, that's when the game officially begins. So the Charleston is a pregame hand development accelerator. This gives players the opportunity to transform their dealt hand. That's the whole purpose of the Charleston. The begin game is when East discards the first tile, and we're picking and discarding from that short wall. Then when that short wall is depleted, the third wall goes out. That is the middle game, third wall. And then the fourth wall is the end game. With hand development, your primary focus is to target the strength of the hand, and then choose a category that wins most of your tiles. The strength of the hand is going to either be multiples, which are pair pung kong, or the predominant pattern, because sometimes you won't get a multiple. So you look for the predominant pattern, which will be maybe like numbers or consecutive run or 3, 6, 9, maybe wins and dragons. So you just want to look for the predominant pattern until a multiple forms. So as you're going through the Charleston, you're going to gather tiles based on the strength of your hand, regardless of suit, because most of the hands on the card are in mixed suits. So you want to give yourself the best opportunity to get keepers. And then you're going to build. You're going to build multiples. American Mah Jongg is a game of multiples. Yes, there are singles and pairs in some of the hands, but most of them have pungs and kongs. I believe it's 84, 86%. I don't recall the exact percentage, but it's mid 80% of the hands on the card use big multiples, or a mixture of pair pung kong. So you are going to need to build multiples. This is why you want to leverage multiples in your hand. If you have multiples, target them. Start there. Let those drive the decisions for hand development. And along the way, you're going to defend. So this is the process for hand development: target, gather, build, defend. And you're going to do this kind of in a cycle at times, depending on what happens at the table. But the game will move on through the walls regardless of your progress with hand development. Sometimes you might need to retarget and gather and then rebuild. That does happen on occasion. And this is where timing comes in, and hopefully we'll have some opportunities to demonstrate that. With the Charleston, let's see here. Why am I going through this again? We don't need to go through that. Don't ask me why that's there. I need to edit that out. All right. What we need to talk about now is to assess your position. Your position in the game identifies where you're at in regards to hand development and potentially your opponents. Now, at the beginning of the game, you don't know where your opponents are at. You've got to wait for the game to progress until you can see exposures and discards to try to assess where your opponents are at with their own hand development. But when looking at your hand, you want to assess your position in the game so that you know the levels of risks that you can take when playing the game. We're all in it to win it. So just we'll start there so that we're all on the same page. We are all in it to win it. After the Charleston, if you have more than 4 discards, you're likely going to be an underdog for that particular game. So you want to take a low risk approach until you have a hand, or you know what hand you're playing, first of all, and that your hand has no gaps and few weaknesses. If you call for a discard and make an exposure for a hand where you have a gap, that's going to be very risky. So my recommendation is to wait. If you're an underdog, you need to continue gathering tiles and building multiples, especially if you have a gap. You got to fill that gap. That's where gathering comes in. So you want to get to a place where you know what hand you're playing, you have no gaps and few weaknesses. If you have 4 discards, you're likely a contender for the game. And that means that you can take a little bit more risk. You could take a moderate risk approach as you expedite hand development. If you have less than 4 discards, you are likely a front runner. And that means that you can expedite hand development regardless of the risk. Play hard and fast, play to win, keep your lead. So while you're thinking about your position in the game after the Charleston, that's the first point where you're going to assess your position. And you have 99 tiles remaining after the Charleston. So assess your initial position. And then as the game progresses, you want to reassess your position. At 80 tiles, this is when the beginning of the middle game starts. You want to look and see how well you've been able to transform your hand. And if you've gotten some keepers from that short wall and you considered yourself to be a contender and now you only have a couple, maybe 1 or 2 discards, at that point, you could bump up to front runner. So we'll talk a little more about this, but the idea is that just because you start out as an underdog doesn't mean you can end up being a front runner. You want to reassess along the way. At 80 tiles remaining, that's the beginning of the middle game, you want to assess your position. Then at 70 tiles, you want to do that as well. Now, let me back up for just a second, because at 80 tiles remaining, in order to pace yourself through the game, you want to make sure you know at least what category you're playing at 80 tiles remaining. When you get to 70 tiles remaining, if your hand has not developed to the point where you've got enough strength to act on discards to make exposures, or where you feel that you have potential to win, you might consider switching your hand. And this is the sweet spot for that. 70 tiles remaining gives you enough time in that middle game, that third wall, to gather tiles for a different hand. That is the ideal point, or really the latest point that I would recommend switching your hand. Otherwise, stick it out, live to fight another day. At 60 tiles remaining, this is the very middle of the game. This is the sweet spot for joker bait. And it's also the sweet spot for actually picking a hand if you can. If you can pick a hand at the beginning of, or at this middle stage, and just focus on one hand, it's ideal at this point if you have not already. Because at 50 tiles remaining, this is when you want to decide really whether or not you're going to play to win or fold, and you want to start keeping the safe discards. You want to let the joker bait concept go, because 60 tiles remaining is the ideal spot for joker bait. 50 tiles is where you want to start holding safe discards. And then at the end of the third wall, basically right before that last wall comes out, that is where you want to assess whether or not you're going to play to win or fold. So at 40 tiles remaining, that's the end game. You should know whether or not you're going to play to win or fold based on what has happened at the table. So we're going to look at a couple of examples so that you can get an idea of what it's like to assess your position in the game. All right, so this particular hand that we have here, this is after the Charleston, by the way. We have 1 through 5 in here. We could play consecutive run 3-1, 1 suit, 3, 4, 5. That would leverage 2 multiples, the 4 dot and the 5 dot. We also have a 1 crack pair. So we could maybe play the 6th hand down. Let's see, wait a minute. Let me see, 3, 4, 5. Hold on one second. Let's see, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, number 4, 3, 4, 5 in 2 suits. Consecutive run number 4. We've got 3, 4, 5 in bands, 3, 4, 5 in dots. So there's some potential there. But there's also potential for the 6th hand down. It would be 1, 2, 3 and cracks with 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. So we're not going to be able to use all of these multiples. We're only going to be able to use probably some of them. Although, let me see here. 1, 2, yeah, because the 1 won't be useful with 4, 5. So in this case, we would be an underdog because we would have too many discards. So we're in between 3 different hands. So if you're in between, you're likely going to be an underdog. So we're going to look at this example now, year number 4. We have news, almost. We need a south. And then we have a 2, 4 and a white dragon. We have a couple of jokers. So this is the concealed year hand. In this case, we have 5 discards. So we would be an underdog. If you have 5 discards after the Charleston, even though you know what hand you're playing, there are weaknesses in gaps, like we have no south. That's a pair gap in this case. So we would be an underdog until we fill that gap. And then we might be able to bump up to contender. So for this particular example, this player would be an underdog. In this example, consecutive run number 4, this is 7, 8, 9 and 2 suits, double run hand. We have 3 discards. So guess what? Who can guess this one? What position would this one be in? For the sake of time, 3 discards. This player would be, or 4 discards because we have an extra 7. This player would be a contender. If they get excellent West, got it. So if they got one good pick, let's say a 9 dot, and then they would discard, if that happened in that short wall, they could bump up to front runner because then they would get that keeper, discard a tile, and have only 3 discards. That would bump them up to front runner. So your position is going to change, hopefully, in the game. And it's hopefully going to be where you can bump up as opposed to bumping back. Here's another example. We have odds 1-1, 1 suit, pung, pair, kong, pair, pung. That's a tough one. I got mixed up on a game last week, and I declared someone, well, I disqualified somebody, and I was so confused. But this shape is kind of different. You need a pung, a pair, kong, pair, pung. So it's a little different. But in this case, we have no gaps for the hand and 4 discards. So we would be a contender for this one. Here's another example. Consecutive runs 7-2, 1, 2 in dots, 3, 4 in cracks. 7th hand down on the right, 2 suits. We actually have 5 discards, but we have joker bait with the 2 crack. If you don't know about joker bait, this is when you hold a pair you don't need, and in the middle of the game, about 60 tiles remaining, you discard one to coax an exposure with a joker from an opponent, and then you do the exchange with the other tile. Because we have 3 discards and joker bait, I would say we would be a front runner. Also, this hand is what I call a hand of least resistance. You can use any number of jokers with this hand, and we have 4 multiples in here and a joker. So because of that, I think this hand would develop very quickly just with even 1 more joker. So consider joker bait and the number of jokers and the type of hand that you're playing to help you identify your position and therefore know the level of risk you can take in the game. That's the whole reason why you want to assess your position, because if you don't know your position and you're trying to play to win when you have no potential, then you're really there's no aim there. You've got to assess your position based on facts. What is happening at the table? What is in your hand? How well developed is your hand? Are your tiles visible on the table? Have they been discarded, or are they in exposures? Could your tiles be in your opponent's hands, or maybe are they in the wall? These are the things that you want to think about as you try to assess your position so that you can make the right kind of decisions at the right time, whether you play to win or fold based on risk. Here's one more example. I think this is the last example. We have evens number 2, 2 4 in cracks, pair pung, 4 6 in dots, pair pung, and then a Kong of 8s. We have 3 discards, front runner. This is a clear front runner. They even have the pairs in hand. There's no weakness here. Ready to pung the 4, ready to pung the 6, ready to Kong the 8. This player is a front runner right from the get-go. So let's talk about what this might look like in a game. When you are playing, you're going to go through a process of critical thinking. And this happens naturally for most people. You're going to observe what is happening in your hand as it develops, and you're also going to observe discards and exposures. You're going to assess your potential. That's where assessing your position comes in. And then you're going to consider the tactics that you're going to use to help you expedite hand development. You're going to make decisions on what kind of tactics you're going to employ so that you can optimize your winning potential and then execute on that. Whether you're playing an exposable hand or a concealed hand, if you're playing a concealed hand, you're going to have to rely on drawing well. But if you're playing an exposable hand, you're going to need to make some really good decisions on whether or not to call tiles and when, especially if it means risking losing jokers to an opponent. As you're calculating risks, call for discards for exposures when you know what hand you're playing, you have no gaps, and you have 1 or no weaknesses. These are guidelines. Sometimes it's okay to break these guidelines. They're not rules. They're not set in stone. So for example, in the last session, I was playing a gap hand, and I was playing a hand that could use jokers throughout. So even though I was playing a gap hand, I had jokers, and I was able to use jokers to fill the gap until I drew the tile, so that then I was not playing a gap hand. So you've got to consider those things. It's okay sometimes to play a gap hand, especially if you can use jokers with the hands of least resistance, or maybe you've got at least your pair, and then you can use jokers for the rest of the hand. So consider those things as you're calculating risks. Also, you want to consider the phase of the game. The phase of the game is based on the wall in play. During the Charleston, after the first wall's depleted and then part of the second wall, so you have a short wall for the second wall, that's during the Charleston, and then after East discards, that's the begin game. When that third wall is pushed out, that is the middle game. And then the fourth wall, the last wall, that is the end game. You want to assess your own position and the progress perceived progress of your opponents, because you got to make some assumptions. And those assumptions are going to be based on discards and exposures. And that's the best you can do until the game progresses to where someone has 2 exposures or more, and you're able to confirm what hands they're playing and the level of development they've achieved. You want to consider the number of discards in your hand and the number of picks left in the wall to decide whether or not you're going to play to win based on your potential. So let's say, for example, you're in the end game and you have 32 tiles left. You divide that number by 4. If you're playing with 4 people, that's 8 more picks. And if you have 4 discards in the end game with 8 picks, that means every other pick has to be a keeper, or you're not going to make it. So you want to think these kinds of things so that you know whether or not to play to win or fold and block your opponents from further hand development or maybe even winning the game. If I had 4 discards in the end game, I'd probably consider folding. And of course, it would depend on the type of hand I'm playing. Could I use jokers throughout or not? So that's something to consider, kind of a guideline. If you have less than 3 discards at the beginning of that 4th wall, I would play to win. But if you have more than 3 discards at that point, you might consider folding. And we're going to talk about that right now, more so, deeper. So we're going to look at an example here, and then we'll do gameplay with commentary at Mahjong Time. So here is a dealt hand. Let me go full screen here. All right, here we go. We have a dealt hand. This looks like a 2, 4, 6, 8 hand. We're in the first right, passing first right. That's what we have here in the middle here. It says first right. And I say here that we're an underdog because we're in between. We are considering evens 1-2 or hand 2. So we're in between the first and second hand. We've got no gaps, but there are several weaknesses here. And we're during the Charleston, so none of our tiles are visible. In the Charleston, going out, here's what I passed: 4 bam, 6 crack, red dragon. So I let the dragons go. The dragon hand in evens is corresponding, and we just didn't have enough cracks. So I let the dragon go, and I kept 2, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2 suits. We're still considering the first and second hands in evens. We're going across now. North 2 crack, 9 bam. That's what I received, and that's what I sent out to the player across from us, still considering the first and second hand. So we received 2, 4 bam. Those are keepers now. So we're going to pass the 2 dot and the 8 bam. We've got 2, 4, 6, 2 bam pung. Now the 8 bam, let's see here, 2, I'm trying to think why, where are we? Let's see, 1-2, 2, 4 bam, 6, 8 in dots, I think is what I was thinking. So I gave up the 8 bam and the 2 dot. This was a tough one, by the way. I wouldn't play the 1 suit hand here. We could still maybe do 2, 4, the second hand down if we get 8 cracks. So there is some potential here for the concealed hand if we get flowers. So here we did get a 3. Now this is where I considered switching to consecutive run, because the evens just didn't feel like they were gelling for me anyway. Here we have 1, 2, 2, 3, 4 of some kind. So I switched at the second left. I switched to consecutive run, and more tiles came in. We've got lots of 1, 2, 3, 1 through 4 right here, 1 through 4. So we're thinking about consecutive run 8. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We have a gap, no 1 bam. So here's a gap hand. There's a gap. You see 1 right here, gap hand. We picked up a 2 and a 3 crack. So now we have the pair of 3s. We still don't have a 1 bam, but we have a joker that can be used for that 1 bam. Since we have the pair of 3 cracks now, that is the only weakness there. Well, that isn't the only weakness, because the 1 bam would be a weakness as well, because it's a gap at the moment. So there still are a couple of weaknesses here, the 1 dot and the 1 bam. Well, the gap is a weakness in and of itself. All right, so now I let the 2 go with a 4-8, a little bit risky, but we're playing that concealed hand, 1 2 1 2 3, pair in hand. We can use any number of jokers, and that's what I was basing my decision on, that we have the ability to use any number of jokers. This is what I call a hand of slight resistance, because if you can get your pair, the 1 pair, then you can use jokers for the rest of the hand. So then we received 7 bam green dragon, and then that was the optional across. We ended up with 4 8 and dots and a 6. So I would say that we, with 3 discards and a hand with a gap that we can use a joker for, I said we went from an underdog to a contender at this point in the game. So now, during the middle game, here's what happened. We're playing consecutive run number 8, concealed, and I defined a joker to fill the gap. At Mahjong Time, you need to do that so that the game knows what hand you're playing. So I defined a joker, and technically at this point, we have no gaps. Well, let me rephrase. Technically, we have a gap, but we have a joker that filled the gap. We drew a flower, and we could maybe have switched to, let's say, 1 dot 2 bam 3 crack with that flower. I don't recall what I did here. I let it go, and I stuck with, no, I have it right here. The 1 bam, or the flowers right there. Our 1 bam went down in a discard. We're at 60 tiles remaining. We still have a gap, but we have 2 discards. So I say we're a contender at this point because we have a gap. Even though we can use jokers, I still thought we need to play conservatively. So now a flower, I discarded the flower, and I have a 3 bam, 4 crack, still all 1 through 4 in here. Now we have joker bait at 50 tiles remaining. You see that? 50 tiles remaining. I don't remember if we get that opportunity here. No, we didn't. Well, I still have it here. We're 41 tiles remaining. We drew a flower. So now, let's see. I don't recall what happened. We're going to have to wait, because now we're going to talk about end game decision making. Excuse me. If you think you have the winning tile for an opponent at this stage in the game, you've got to consider your options. You got to count the cost and then make a decision and act on that decision. Sometimes you might decide to risk it and discard a risky tile. Sometimes you might decide to fold. So back here, we have an opponent with an exposure with a Kong of Norths. I do not see any south-south. There's a west, east and west are out. In front of them, they have east and west. So they're playing some kind of a north-south hand. And then, or they could be playing a quint, actually. And I don't recall if they are. But if you look here too, we have some potential for 1 2 3 4 pung kong, or pung pung kong kong. Second from the bottom on the right, with that 3 4 in cracks there. This flower is going to be a bit of a risky discard. We're starting in on the end game. This is where you want to try to have safe discards. This is a risky discard. How many flowers are out? 1 2. There are only two flowers out. No, 3. Here we go. Right here. There's 3. 1 2 3. So we'll see. Maybe it's not so bad. So you want to decide by counting the cost how to proceed. If you decide that you're going to fold, you're going to keep any risky tiles and break up your hand. and then discard safely to try to end the game in a draw. Let's talk about how to decide with your tiles that you're drawing from the wall, how to assess the risk of that tile being discarded. This is what I call a risk assessment matrix, and I'm hoping that you'll commit this to memory, especially if you play competitively. On the left, we have likelihood, and on the right, we have impact. So when we look at likelihood, we have improbable, that risk is unlikely to occur. Possible, risk is likely to occur. And probable, risk most likely to occur. So think about those three. I guess you could call them, they're not components. I suppose you could consider them variables. Improbable, possible, probable. The likelihood of that discard being a risky tile. Then you want to look at the impact that that discard could make based on exposures and the perceived hand development of your opponents. So if no one at the table has exposures out and you draw a tile that is not visible on the table, an unseen tile, hasn't been discarded, and nobody has exposures, there's no way for you to know unless you have a really strong memory and you can remember what everybody discarded. I can't do that. So if I draw a risky tile and I'm doing well with my own hand development, I might discard a risky tile, because if I don't know what people are playing, I would say that would have an acceptable impact with that discard. If an opponent has one exposure, it could even be tolerable to discard a winning tile to them, or maybe a tile that would help them with another exposure, which leads us to unacceptable impacts. This is when an opponent has two exposures. And then, of course, we have the intolerable impact, where someone has three exposures. With two exposures or more, you can typically figure out what someone is playing, and therefore how risky a tile is going to be when you draw it from the wall. As you look at the likelihood of that tile being risky and the impact, it's going to start at the acceptable level, side of impact with a low risk, going to medium when you start seeing exposures, up to high risk when people have more exposures, and finally an extreme risk when someone has three exposures. So think about that when you're drawing from the wall and you get a potentially risky tile. Think about the likelihood of that giving someone a winning hand and the impact that could be laying ahead for you when you discard that tile. Is it a low impact or is it an extreme? If it's extreme, consider folding. Even if it is high, consider folding. If it is low to medium, you might count the cost and discard. If it is in the medium range, it could sting a little bit, but it can get very painful the more exposures that are out, because you're going to know whether or not that tile is going to be a potential winning tile for an opponent, and you could be paying with a penalty. All right, so let's look and see what happened here with the game. So we have I discarded a flower, it looks like, and the player to our right Konged. We're still playing the concealed hand. I drew a joker, and of course I'm going to discard the 4 crack, but somebody won. The player across from us, north. Yeah, they won with like numbers with 7s. So somebody else won, but we got to a place of being 1 away, and I put us at front runner with just 1 tile to 1 discard with 36 tiles remaining. We had 1 discard and 8 picks left in the wall, actually 9 at 36 tiles remaining. So I felt we had a really good chance to win this hand, but somebody else was a front runner at the table. All right, the whole purpose of calculating risks and assessing your position and making these calculated decisions based on known variables. It's because luck may rule in the short term, but in the long run, skill prevails. That is a quote by Doyle Brunson, who is a poker player. Luck may rule in the short term, but in the long run, skill prevails. So you want to build your skills with your ability to assess your position and read the table, read the room, and also apply tactics correctly. That's where the strategies come in. All right, so now we are going to play the game. You ready? Let's join this table here. I know that particular presentation was a little bit longer, but it's critical to learn how to calculate risk in the game. It will affect your win rate, I guarantee. All right, let's see how it goes. First game. We have 2, 5, 6 in BAMs, pair 6. 2, 5, 6, 7 in cracks, singles. 7, 9 in dots. And then we have north, south paired up. So our multiples are with the 6 BAM and the south. We could maybe play a north-south hand. I would hold 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. We have like numbers with 2s here, though. Let's see, 6 BAM, north and south with offsuit tiles. We have like numbers with 6s for the concealed news hand, or maybe third hand down with either 5s or 7s. I think I would let the 5 BAM go with the 2 crack. That would be a good safe pass, and it leaves us open for third hand down or maybe the concealed hand. So now we have a south, we got a 5 back, and we have 2 tiles to pass for sure. If we're playing north and south pungs with kongs, we could do 6 BAM with 7s or a 5. Since we have no 4 BAM or 7, I would not consider the run hand. That would be the 5th hand down. So I would let the 5 BAM go. This is a little bit risky, 1, 2, 5 and 1 suit, but we need to focus on our own hand first and do the best we can there. Look what we got, a 4 BAM. Oh, let's hope the 5 comes. I really don't want to base my decisions on hope, though. I think what we could do here is let the 5 crack go, or one of the 7s. 5, 6, 7. Let's let the 5 go. If we get the 5 BAM back, we might be able to do north and south with a run. We got like numbers with 1s. Okay, that affects us a little bit here. We definitely want to keep going. Without a 5, I would, oh, we have like numbers with 4s. Okay, so we need to make choices in here. Let's see, are we going? Okay, 1 dot and a 4 can go. So we need to make a choice now. I'm thinking the 7, let's say this, let's see here. We could still do news concealed, or we can do the third hand down with 7s. We don't need both 7s. So maybe we can let one of the 7s go. This is a tough one. Tough is good. Oh, look what came in. A south and a west. I mean, a 6 and a west. All right, so I would focus on these multiples, 6s, like numbers with 6s, and news concealed. And we have tiles we can pass. 1, 4, 7. No keepers. Okay, so I would pass 4, 5, 9. This hand keeps coming to me. So we're going to be playing until 4. Okay, look, we got a pair of 9s. Someone gave us a pair of 9s. Wow. Okay. They want 2 tiles. I'd break it up. I would break it up and pass. Let's see here. We could do 2 and keep the 9. If we get 3s, maybe we could play 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9 with 6s in the middle. That's a gap though. No 3 dot. All right, so we have 2 discards and joker bait. I would say we're probably
east wind.
I'd say we're probably a front runner on this one because we've got 2 discards,
1 dot,
and joker bait with the 9 dot pair that we were given in the
7
Charleston.
dots.
We have a hand with a little itty bitty gap, the
White
eaves. That's a
dragon.
single tile, so I would not worry about that yet. There's 1
5
out.
characters.
Now we have joker bait with a 7 too.
1 character.
7, 9. We have 2 here.
8 dots.
Now a 7 dot just went down and nobody wanted it, so I don't think so.
2 dots.
I don't think that's going to be good joker bait.
North wind.
That's our tile, but we can't call it. We got a keeper.
7 dots.
So we have now a discard. Nobody wants a
6
7.
dots.
And then we have a pair we don't need here. There was a hesitation on that 6 dot, by the way.
6 characters.
That's our tile, but we're not ready.
Six dots. 7 dots. 8 dots.
So we're looking for an east would be ideal. And then jokers or the
5
natural
dots.
tiles, of course, would be nice. It's nice if you
2
can
dots.
work it out to where you have
4 dots.
a healthy weight. You don't want to be waiting for a single if you can at all help it.
West wind.
There are 2 6 dots out, so I would probably let that go.
4 bamboos.
I suppose we could keep it for a little while. We have a 9 dot pair here. None are out yet.
4 dots.
There's a north. Let's let the 6 go.
6 dots.
So now we're at 78 tiles remaining. We have a pair we
9
don't need.
dots.
There it is, 9 dot. There was a little bit of hesitation there.
8 dots.
Somebody might have a 9 dot in their hand.
East wind.
Uh-oh, there goes the other east. Let's let the 4 go. We might
4
need to
bamboos.
switch. Let's see.
4 bamboos.
We'll see. There's still 2 more easts out.
3 characters.
This is getting tight.
4 dots. 7 characters.
Maybe that would have been a better keeper. It seems nobody wants the 9.
8 bamboos.
We probably should have kept that 7.
White dragon.
We'll see. Let's see. We're at 68 tiles. This is where if you're going to switch your hand, now's the time to do it. I think we're too
5
deep.
dots.
I think we need to play it out.
8 bamboos.
We need an east. That would take the pressure off.
Red dragon.
We need a keeper.
Pung.
Oh, we got skipped. We have 2 pungs of
8
dragons.
bamboos.
2 pungs of dragons, so they're playing the second hand down under
7
winds and
dots.
dragons. They need green dragon Kong.
3
and flowers.
characters.
Let's see here. This is not going to be helpful to us at all.
9 dots. 2 bamboos.
So we're still looking for the east. There are 2 out.
4 characters.
Okay, now 2 pungs of dragons. Double
1
dragons. Oh, you know what? They could be playing like numbers. They could be
9
playing
dots.
like numbers over there with pungs of dragons.
9
Second hand down
bamboos.
under like numbers, or second hand down under winds
1
and
character.
dragons.
West wind.
Oh, we got a west.
8 dots.
We might consider switching to this first news
9
hand
bamboos.
and hope for, well, I don't want to hope for. That's not a good tactic.
North wind.
You don't want to base your decisions on hope. I mean, hope is a good thing, but when you're playing a game like this, you want to be
3 dots.
strategic with your decisions. Not
1
make decisions
bamboo.
on a hope and a prayer. We're still looking for an east.
7 bamboos. 2 bamboos.
Huh. I wonder why there's a white dragon
1
out
dot.
here. Okay, we don't want to hold that.
2 dots.
There are 2 5 dots out. We're at 46 tiles
5
remaining.
bamboos.
We have 1 discard. No, we have 2 discards, and we're going into the end game after this pick.
9 bamboos.
This pick that we have right now, this is the last
1
round
dot.
in the middle game. Okay, 3 dot, 1 is out.
3 dots. 2 dots.
2 wests are out. 2 5 dots are out.
3 bamboos.
We're still looking for the
9
east.
bamboos.
We got a flower. None are out. I think we should, if we're going to play to win, we need to let it go now.
Flower.
Oh, that was a little scary right there.
6 dots.
You goodness.
2 bamboos.
Oh my goodness. There was hesitation on that. That does lead me to believe this player to the right is playing
Flower.
dragons. There goes the other flower, another flower. Okay, no 9 cracks are out.
9 characters.
Are they playing? Oh, there's a 9 dot in front of them.
6 bamboos.
That's our tile, but we need it for a pung. I would just stay put on this hand and probably consider
7
folding
bamboos.
because we still need that east. Until we get that east,
5 characters.
I would say we're probably a contender, but no longer a front runner.
Flower.
Oh, painful.
Mahjong.
Oh no, they drew. Shoot. I didn't think they were going to get it. They drew a tile because the other flowers were going down. I was hoping that that held true here, but they drew a flower. So they won. That's okay. I took a risk and I pay. Okay, so here we have 1 3 5 7 9 pair hand. They have no flowers. No flowers. Here's a 2 4 6 8 hand and 1 suit. 2 4 6 8 1 suit, only 1 flower. Flowers were going down. Yeah. There were still 8 picks left and we had 2 discards. So I felt we had a potential to win still. All right. It happens. Yes, that would be a darn. Not an oops. It was a darn. No oops. Okay, next game. That was a tough hand. All right, we have 1 2 4 5 6 8 and bams. Pair 1, pair 2. Then we have a 4 crack, 3 dot, 8 dot, a north and a south. We have a 1 2 pair here. I think we should focus on 1 through 5. 1 through 5. So let's keep the 4 and the 3. With a 1 2 pair, we need to break up these wins, I think, and focus on number tiles. We do have a tiny potential for the 5th hand down under winds and dragons, 1 2 3, but we have no 3. That's a gap. Okay, so now we have a 4 crack pair right there. Here's a 2, 3. We have a pair of 8s. These 8s, even though it's a multiple, it doesn't work with what we have. We have a much stronger potential for 1, 2, 3, 4 of some kind. I think what I would do here is probably, let's see, we have 1, 2, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I would probably let the 3 dot go. Let's see, 1, 2, 4 crack pair. I would love to get a 3 crack in here. Either that or a 3 bam. We're looking for 3s. Okay, so we got a 5 dot. That's really not helpful though. Well, here we did pick up a 1 dot. So let's pass 5 dot. Let's say with a 7 and a 4. I would break up these 4s. Let's focus on 1, 2, 1, 2, or 1 through 5. So this 4 crack can go. Sometimes all your multiples don't work. They sometimes don't go together. We had a gap, no 3 cracks. So the 4 crack is useless. And the predominant pattern here is 1, 2. We got a 1. 1 bam. We don't need wins. Oh, we definitely want to keep going. Let's hope we keep going. We do have some 2, 4, 6, 8 in here, but we have a pung of 1s. That carries heavier weight in decision making. A pung. All right, south. Let's do 8 with a 4. A lot of darns. I have darns also on occasion. No keepers. We'll let this 8 go. It seems like it's just keeps going around. We're looking for 3s, really. 3 bam, 3 crack would be nice. We could do 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 concealed consecutive. If we can get a 3 crack, I'd really prefer not to plan for if. Okay, we got the 1 dot. Maybe we could play the 1, 2 quint. Oh, this is a little bit risky here, but at least it's chopped up a little bit. 4, 8, 6. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2 concealed. It would be ideal to get a 3 crack. That would be a pair gap. Not good. Let's see. What else could we do here? 1, like numbers with 1s. We could maybe do like numbers with 1s and then use the 2 bam as joker bait. In which case, maybe what we could do is pass 3 and let the 5 bam go. Since we have no 3 bam, that 4 bam is 4, 5, not helpful. I would pass fully. See if we can maybe get more wins for news with 1s, or maybe get a 3 crack and play the concealed hand. See if we can get ooze. East, west, south. No. All right, here we go. 8 bam. Oh, by the way, we're an underdog on this one. We have 5 discards at the moment. 6. We have 6 discards. We're east though, so we really have 5
8
discards.
bamboo.
We had an extra tile. So we have at the moment, let's see.
8 bamboo.
We have,
4
I would say we
characters.
should probably play like numbers with 1s and wins. 4 discards
West
with
wind.
joker bait. I'd say we're an underdog until we solidify this.
7 dots.
I would keep the twos for as long as possible in case we get a 3 crack,
7
because then we
dots.
can switch to the concealed hand. So we're an underdog
8
on this one.
dots.
That means we need to take a really conservative approach.
South wind.
We need to take low risk. And there's hesitations on winds right now. Here's a north.
4 characters.
There are hesitations on winds. So these players here to the right and across from us, one of them is playing
3
winds,
dots.
if not both. So we may have somebody
5 characters.
playing winds here that can affect our ability to
8
get
characters.
news. Let's see, with the north, we really don't need 2 unless we try to play the concealed hand. But
9
somebody has
characters.
winds in here. I'm certain of it because of
3
the hesitation.
characters. 5 characters.
We have 2 discards before we have to pick a hand, the 4s.
4 bamboos.
Okay, now there's a flower. So
4
now we have a pair of
bamboos.
flowers. We should definitely play like numbers of some kind,
1 dot.
like the first one or the third one. Let's pass on that for now. If we play the first one, I wouldn't want
8
to commit
dots.
to a pung until we have the 1 crack. I would say we're probably closer
West
to the
wind.
news hand, but winds are going down.
4 dots.
So I'm thinking the south can, or the north can go. We have 2 discards before we have to pick a hand.
4 characters.
I'm still kind of hoping we draw the 3 crack, because then we could
1
maybe,
dot.
oh, that's our tile, but I would let it go. We might even just,
7 dots.
let's see, another 2. Oh my goodness.
6 dots.
Okay, that's unplanned. 4 there. We have 1, 2, 1, 2, 2.
Come.
1, 2, 1, 2, 2.
7 characters.
We might be able to switch to like numbers with 2s and let the 1s go.
7 characters.
A joker.
North wind.
Okay, so we have all the 2s and we have 1s with a north. We need,
7 bamboos.
the west. 2 wests are out and a south. We need news.
3 dots.
I'm kind of thinking we need to keep the
8
2s.
bamboos.
Oh my goodness. North.
North wind.
Uh-oh. Winds are going down. I'm thinking someone's playing the concealed news hand. Now there's no white dragons out, so somebody could be playing the year hand, the concealed wind year hand. Because with all those hesitations, that leads me to believe that someone's concealed and they can't call. And it's probably this player here. They're probably deciding to switch to something else.
North wind.
There goes a wind. Because all their winds are going down.
White dragon.
And I think, oh, and there's a hesitation on the white dragon. That to me means someone is playing a year hand. And we've got 2s here.
9 characters.
Okay, there's a south. We have to make a choice. How many 2s are out? Let's let the 2 crack go.
2 characters.
Hesitation on the 2.
Pung.
There we go. So I think they were playing news concealed. Or maybe they're
East
playing
wind.
news with, probably news year hand is my guess. Okay, so we need to let
5
these
characters.
2s go. And I would play like numbers with 1s and news and
4 dots.
maybe even fold. 1, 2 long shot. I don't think so because the 1 dots are out. Or I'm sorry, that's not what I meant. 1 dot pair.
West wind.
Oh, look, they're 2, 4, 6, 8. They've got going 2, 4, 6, 8. 1, 2
bamboo.
quint. No, I think I would try for like numbers. All the tiles are alive. We don't have enough jokers, Smith. I wish.
Kong.
I think we should do like numbers with ones.
2 bamboos.
Even though we're going to need another joker for that 1 dot. And of course, we need east, west.
South wind.
At least we have the south. We're at
5
60
bamboos.
tiles remaining. We have 2 discards, but we need east-west singles. I'd say
5
we're
bamboos.
a contender until we get those tiles.
8 dots.
All right, now let's see. For one of these
6
jokers is available
characters.
here for exchange.
Green dragon.
We need east-west. East would be ideal, I think, at this
2
point.
bamboos.
No, west. Oh no, there's 1 west left. Oh, goodness.
2 bamboos.
Okay, we could find ourselves in a predicament here. If
5
nothing
characters.
else, we could switch to like numbers with ones and flowers.
2 characters.
We can use jokers if we have to, or just
Green
switch to
dragon.
defense.
8 bamboos.
We're at 50 tiles remaining. This is when we want to have good, safe tiles.
8 characters.
So this 2 dot needs to go if we're going to play to win.
Red dragon. 2 bamboos. 2 dots.
There's a hesitation on the 2.
Mahjong.
Oh, darn. Oh, they are playing a year hand. I thought they were playing 2, 4, 6, 8 or something, but that doesn't work because that's Kong. All right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2 exposures. That was an intolerable impact, but I didn't think they were ready this early. We're at 46 tiles remaining, so that was a pretty quick. Well, it wasn't quick, but we're still in the middle game, so I didn't think they were going to be ready. Look how many jokers they have. They had 5 jokers. It's kind of hard to predict that. Another darn. We had another darn. All right. Next game. Hopefully we won't have to wait too long. Here we go. Okay, we have pairs of 4, 5. And we have a green dragon pair. That is not helpful really with multiples, consecutive multiples in 2 suits. Okay, so we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let's let the dragon go with a 6 and a 7 here. All right, here we go. Oh, 8, 9 east. We can just keep it going here. Four crack. 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's 1 through 4. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 dot, 4, 5, 6, 7, pair 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm thinking, oh, this is a little bit risky here. Let's see, 4 dot, 4 crack. I think the 4 crack should go. 6, 7, 8 right now, that's pretty risky. Okay, we got a 5 bam. I was kind of hoping for that somewhat, but we also have a 6 crack pair now. 3, 4, 5, 6. We might be able to do the quint run hand, but it's pretty weak with the flowers. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4 now too. Okay, we have to make a choice. We should definitely keep going. We have to make a choice here. We have 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5, 6. I would focus on 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see here. Let's throw the 6 bam. This was another tough one. Okay, we have a 5 dot now. Here's 3, 4, 5, 1, 3, green. 3, 4 dot, 5, 6, 3 multiples in here. 3, 4, 5 mixed kongs. 3, 4, 5, 6 mixed kongs. 4 dot, 5 bam, 6 crack. We also have 3, 4, 5, 6 no gaps using all the multiples. Second hand down on the right. Here's 4, 5, 6. Oh, I threw the 6 bam. I think 3, 4, 5, 6 would use all the multiples. Second hand from the bottom on the right. There's the 6 bam back. Let's see here. We're in the optional across. 3, 4, 5 with 6s. But we have only 1 flower. I think I would pass 2. Actually, we really don't need this 4 crack. 4, 5, 6. If we get the 6 dot, though, we could play that concealed or that 4th hand down. 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I would pass fully and let the 6 bam go. Sorry, Janet. I'm thinking 3, 4 dot, 5, 6 crack, or let's see, 4, 5, 6 double run with dots and cracks. Oh, we'd have to throw away a 4 dot though. I think this 4 crack can go. Oh, we got a keeper. Oh my goodness, look. We ended up getting a 5 and a 6. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. I think we should play 3, 4 dot, 5, 6. We could pung the 4 and kong the 5.
9 dots.
Let's see here. 5, 6.
7 characters.
Oh, there's a 5. Okay, hold on. All right, now look.
1 dot.
4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6.
7 dots.
4, 5, 4, 5. We let the 6 bam go, but that was before these multiples trickled in. There goes the 6 bam. I think the flower can go.
5 bamboos.
Green dragon. We definitely don't need that. Let's see. We have 4, 5, 5, 6.
Green dragon.
I don't think we can use that flower.
Pung.
Unless we switch to like numbers with
5
fives,
bamboos.
but we don't have a 5 bam and 2 are out. Oh, we're an
7
underdog on this one, by
bamboos.
the way. Okay, let's let the flower go.
Flower.
So here's 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we have 3 through 7.
6 bamboos.
4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 dot
East
joker
wind.
bait. We have 1, 2, 3 discards
7
with
dots.
joker bait. If we play 3, 4, 5, 6, hand of least resistance,
9 dots.
I'm thinking that's what we should do. 3 discards with joker bait.
9 dots.
3, 4, 5, 6. Joker bait, 3 discards. We're 84 tiles.
East wind.
We're still in the begin game. If we get one good pick, we could probably bump up to
West
front
wind.
runner or maybe contender. There's our our keeper here.
7 characters.
Okay, so I'd say we are now a contender. So I would say
8
we're no
dots.
longer a front runner. I mean a underdog, because we got a joker and we picked a hand. 3, 4, 5, 6, pung kong, pung kong. All we need is one more good pick
7 characters.
and we'll be set. And we have joker bait with a 5 dot.
3 characters.
Oh, we don't need north.
North wind.
3, 4, 5, 6, pung pung kong kong.
3 bamboos.
Let's see now. 5, 6, 5, 6.
4 bamboos.
7 bam is out. I do like playing that concealed hand.
Two dots.
Oh, we got a keeper. So
4
now we're
characters.
set. We can pung the 3, pung the 4, kong the 5, kong the
Green
6.
dragon.
We still have joker bait. I'd say we're a front runner now. We're at 72 tiles
5
remaining.
bamboos.
72 tiles remaining and 1 discard with joker bait.
6 dots.
I don't want to hold white dragons.
White dragon.
2, 3, 4, 5, 5. We had only
3
one flower,
characters.
Wes. That's why I didn't think about that. This
4
came
characters.
quickly once we switched.
1 dot.
Okay, let's let the 6 go.
6 dots. 1 bamboo.
Oh yeah, this is much better. That quinta
6
flowers,
bamboos.
it's yikes. You got to have a nice start with flowers to play that hand.
One bamboo.
Okay, we're at 63 tiles. 62, we're in the middle of the game. We know what hand we're playing. Second hand from the bottom on the right. So we
3
hit that
characters.
milestone. 3, 4, 5, 6, pung, pung, kong, kong. And
5 characters.
there's our first tile. So we'll kong.
Kong.
And let's throw the 5 dot.
5 dots.
Nobody wanted it. That's a miss.
7 characters.
No joker bait this time.
8 bamboos. 4 characters. 5 dots.
All right, we have 2 discards. We're still in the middle game. We're set. I would say we're still a front runner at this point. One of our opponents has 1 exposure. So
8 bamboos.
at this point, any discard is going to have a tolerable
1 character.
impact. We don't want to hold year tiles, so we'll let these
2
2s and
bamboos.
4s go. It doesn't seem like
West wind.
anyone's playing a year hand. There was no hesitation on 2s and the dragon.
7 bamboos. 1 character.
Okay, let's let the 4 go.
4 bamboos.
So we're at 48 tiles. We need to start holding safe discards. The 5 bam, 3 are out. This 9 crack will swap out
6
because no
bamboos.
9 cracks are out. That's going to be risky. We need to swap it
Flower.
out with whatever we get. Hopefully we'll get a safe.
Mahjong.
Oh, we have somebody winning here. News concealed. No. What are they doing? News, like numbers. News with like numbers. Okay, so over here, like numbers with 8s, also ready to win on an 8 crack or a red dragon. That was nice. Over here, they have our 3 dots. 2, 3, 4, maybe a year hand right there. Someone was maybe playing a year hand or like numbers with 2s maybe. 2, 3, 4 mixed suit Kongs right there maybe. And then here, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's go again. I'm hoping we'll get to play at least 3 more games. Okay, when using the risk matrix, do you count the number of exposures for one person or add all the opponents together to determine which level of risk? It's each individual opponent. You got to take them each individually, but you can use the exposures for all opponents to figure out the number of tiles needed by opponents that are visible. So like if let's say everybody has exposures, you can use that information to help you figure out the potential to win for your opponents based on tiles that are visible. But when you draw a risky discard, you look at one opponent at a time and their discards to figure out how risky that discard is going to be based on what you see on the table. I hope that answers the question sufficiently. Okay, so we have a flower. We have a widespread here. 1, 2, bam, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5 through 9. We have 2 4s and a west. I would focus on number tiles and probably 5 through 9. 5 through 9 would be the predominant pattern, at least until a multiple forms here. You're welcome. All right, we need keepers. Okay, we got one. 8 bam. So at least we know we're in this wheelhouse here. So let's see. Let's do 2, 4 with a 1. That's a little bit wonky. Let's see. There is some 2, 4, 6, 8 in here. 2. Let's let the 3 go and keep the 2. If we get a 4 bam, we could do 2, 4, 6, 8, but we'll see. We have a 6. Okay, so here's 6, 7, 8, 9, 5 through 9. We have 6 and 8 paired up. 5, we're going to the left. First Charleston. I would not pass a flower and I would not pass like numbers. We have 5 through 9, no gaps. Let's see what happens here. Our 7 bam is weak. We need to Kong that. I suppose we could use jokers, but then we need to pung with a 5 and the 9. This looks pretty good though. 5 through 9. Oh, we got a 4. Okay, at least we have tiles we can now pass. Yes, I would keep going. Oh, look. Here's 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh boy, 2, 4, 6, 8 now. 2, no, I think 5 through 9 is stronger. 5 through 9 is stronger. We have 3 5, 7, 9 as opposed to just a 2 and a 4. Okay, no keepers, which is fine because now we have tiles we can pass. So 5, 7, 9 in BAMs. 5, 7, 9 in BAMs. Oh my gosh, someone gave us a pair of Wests. Or did they pass? Let's see. Oh no, somebody, the person across from us gave us a pair of Wests. What in the world? Well, I wonder if we could maybe play a quint. Second quint. We're just going to pass 1. 6, 8 in BAMs. Oh, it needs to be, no, shoot. It needs to be 2 suits. Never mind. Okay, so we're going across. We can give them their West back. Let's give them their Wests back. West paired up. We have 6, 8. We're going to give them their West back. I'm going to pass a pair. They gave us a pair. We're going to give them a pair back. That's what I'm thinking, Smith. Okay, here we go. Nanny, nanny, boo, boo. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, we want a 5, 7, 9 in BAMs. We got one. We got one. Oh my goodness. Nice. Okay, this flower's going first. All right, so the 7 BAM, we need 1 good pick. We have 3 discards, so we're a front runner.
2 characters.
So even if they change their hand, that pair of West, even though I don't.
West wind.
Oh, look, there it goes. So yeah, we're safe. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
4 bamboos.
Okay, we're going to let that flower go.
Flower.
Okay, so we have our pairs. I'd say we are a clear front runner here.
4 dots.
We're ready to pung and or Kong. Let's
West
see here.
wind.
We need 1 good pick for that 7 BAM. Because we can pung the 9 and we can pung the 5.
1 character.
We just need a little help with that 7. If a 7 BAM goes down, I would Kong.
5 bamboos.
Okay, that's the first one. I think we should just go ahead and pung.
Pung.
I know it's early, but if we're going to keep the lead, we need to take
characters.
it. We might lose it, and that's okay.
Seven bamboos.
Oh, darn. Oh, okay, we need a joker now.
5 bamboos.
Well, we have a joker. All right, we need to draw another joker or a 7 BAM
2
here.
dots.
But we could pung the 9. We have 2 discards. I'd say still we're a front runner.
3 bamboos. 2 bamboos. 9 characters.
Okay, we need to keep her out of the wall here.
9 characters.
7 BAM joker. Joker keeper out of the wall.
2 characters.
Oh, green dragon. We don't want to keep that.
Green dragon. West wind.
Yeah, Wes. Wow.
2 bamboos.
We're looking for 7 bam or a joker.
7 bamboos.
Oh no! Well, we can use jokers. Have no fear.
4 characters.
No fear.
Green dragon. 7 dots. Flower.
Okay, we need a keeper. You know what I was just thinking?
Red dragon.
Oh no, either way we need jokers. We could play 5, 6, 7, 8 pung pung kong kong and
6
use the 9 bam
characters.
as joker bait. Either way we need a
8
joker.
characters.
There are 2 7 bams out, so we need a joker. Big hesitation on the 8 crack.
Red dragon.
Oh, let's throw the 7.
7 dots. Pung.
Oh, there's a joker up for grabs. I want it.
Flower.
I want it. I'm coveting the joker.
Four characters. 4 characters.
We got a 9 bam.
4 bamboos.
All right.
East wind.
We need a joker. 7 dot. Who threw that
8
7 dot?
bamboos.
Oh yeah, that's a pair for us. So we're okay. We're playing the first 5 through 9 hand. Consecutive run. First
Red
hand.
dragon.
Oh, we don't want a white dragon. There is a
White
7 dot on the
dragon.
table. I wonder if they threw that or did I throw that?
2 dots.
I think we threw a 7 dot, but they punged with a joker, and there it is right there. There's still one more 7 dot though.
1 bamboo.
Still one more 7 dot.
Three characters.
Oh, 4 dot.
4 dots.
Oh, goodness.
Eight bamboos.
Nope, that's a pair for us.
6 dots.
All right, our turn's coming. We need that 7 dot.
Pung.
Oh, shoot, we got skipped. Oh,
4 bamboos.
all right, so they have 6, 7 pung pung. So they're doing 6, 7, 8, 9. And there's no way it's 8 and 9 in bams. They're doing 8, 9 crack.
7 characters.
At 8, 9 crack, the 8s and 9s are out. There's an 8 in front of them. 6, 7.
3 dots. Kong.
Okay, we got skipped again. All right, let's see. 6, 7 pung.
1 dot.
Oh, they could be doing the dragon hand, second hand
3
down.
dots.
They could be doing dragons. 5, 6, 7, 8
White
with dragons.
dragon.
We need to let this 5 dot go.
5 dots.
I was thinking that they're doing 6, 7, 8, 9, but I think they're doing 5, 6, 7, 8. The dragon hand, and if that's the case, they're in trouble because the player across
3
from us
characters.
just has a pung of 5s. Oh no, they are doing 6, 7, 8, 9. Good call, Wes. I was thinking that it's one suit. I was thinking mixed suits. Okay, so north and south with a run. That's a nice hand. They self-picked. Here, 1, 3, 3, 5, but they have the wrong 3. Over here, they have 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1 suit. They have the 8 crack here. The 9s were down right here. 3 were out. And then here, of course, we're trying for 5 through 9. Oh, all right. Let's see if we can squeeze in a hand here. I'm hoping we'll get in 2 more. 2 more hands. One more player at the table we need here. Come on now, let's get it going. We need someone at this table. Well, it is midday, so it's pretty light activity here. Here we go. We need a nice strong deal. We have a pair of 9s. All right, pair 9, no 6s, no 7s. We do have all the 9s, so we can maybe try for like numbers. So let's pass 1, 2 with a 4 and see what comes in. If 7s come in, we can do big odds. Or we could do like numbers with 9s. So we're targeting the 9 bam. We got a 2, pair north, and an 8. Those don't go together. So I would break up this 2, I think. We have north, 8, 9, 9, 1, 2, 3, passing 1, 2, 3. Without a 7, the 5 is not helpful at all. So I would let it go. And I would say this 8 can go to 9s. We're focusing on the 9s. Focus on 9s. We got like numbers with 5s and a 6. Okay, so now we have potential for 3, 6, 9. All right, now the 2 can go. 5s could come back. Let's break up the north and pass the 8. So now we're looking at 3, 6, 9 or big odds. See if 3, 6, 9 comes in. 3, 6, 9. No keepers. But we did get west. We definitely want to keep going. Let's see here. I think the 5s need to go. Let's see. Let's do 2, 5, 8. I kind of want to hold the wins for a little bit because we might be able to do the concealed news hand. That hand is stalking me. Okay, we got a 3. 3, 6, 9. Oh, here's a pair of 5s. We ended up getting a pair of 5s. Okay, so let's pass the 4. Let's see, the west can go now 3, 6, 9 or 5, 7, 9. Pair 5. We're going across. Let's see here. 3, 6, 9 with 9s. 3, 6, 9, 5. We have no 7. Oh no. Let's pass the white dragon. Oh, this is tough. Oh my gosh, news 8. We have north and east. We're going to the right. Pair north. I think the 3 can go and the east. I'm kind of thinking maybe we can try for the quint. We have no jokers though. We'll see what happens. 5, 9. Oh, look at the 9s. We've got 9s. 3, 6, 9 with 9s. And we have 5s. Okay, they want 2 tiles. We have 3, 6, 9 with 9s. No flowers though. I think I would pass. Let's see, like numbers with 9s, pair north. I think I would just pass 2. All right. Strange. This hand got strange. 3 bam. That 3 bam without, let's see, 6s was just not very helpful. We had no 6 bam. Okay, so now we have 9s and a pair of norths, pair 5. We have potential for the second quint, but we have no jokers.
West wind.
Oh my goodness, look, now there's a pair of 8s.
4 bamboos.
Oh my gosh, look at these multiples. Oh my goodness. North 9, 5, 8, 9. That doesn't work.
4 bamboos.
All right, well, let's just see what happens. Oh.
2 dots. 4 bamboos.
All right. We got an east. I just don't think that's very helpful, really. 8, 9. Let's let the 5 go.
5 characters.
We have 8, 9, 9. 3, 6, 9.
3 characters.
3, 6, 9 with a pair of 8s. That is not helpful.
2 bamboos. 2 characters.
All right, we need keepers big time. 2 bam, not helpful.
2 bamboos. 7 dots. Pung.
Okay, here we go. We get another turn.
8 bamboos.
Come on. Okay, let's throw the 5.
5 characters.
7, 9. We just got rid of the 5s. But we have no 7,
5
correct?
characters.
Really, that
5
7 bam
dots.
is not helpful at all. Unless we get an 8 bam.
South wind.
Well, 8 bam, we let go. Okay, there's an 8 crack now. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to let the 3s go here. Oh, this is
3
crazy.
dots.
This hand is crazy. 7 9 9 8 9.
7 dots.
Oh my goodness.
6 characters.
8 9. What in the world?
3 bamboos.
Oh, here's a 3 bam.
3 bamboos.
No flowers. Like numbers with news. That's kind of what I
4
was
dots.
thinking. But we have no
3
flowers.
dots.
I was thinking we could try for a quint, but we have no jokers.
6 bamboos.
Oh, there's a 7.
6 dots.
7 8 9 double run.
4 dots.
4th hand down.
8 dots.
We need an 8 bam pair.
1 character.
We need an 8 bam pair. I think this east needs to go.
6 dots. 4 dots. South wind.
Oh, there's a hesitation on the south. That means they're going to want the north.
6 bamboos.
Okay.
1 bamboo.
Oh. Wow.
Hung.
Okay.
2 dots.
So we have 7 9 7 8 9. We're in
character.
gather mode here. Okay.
East wind.
7 bam. Okay, 7. Oh, hey. What about
2
the pair
bamboos.
hand? What if we
3
try for this
characters.
pair hand? 9 9 8 pair hand.
3 characters.
Okay, let's throw that. We'll throw that.
5 dots.
We could try for the 9 9 8 pair hand.
2 bamboos.
If we can get the 8 bam.
2 dots.
9 9 8 pair hand.
4
Outside pair
bamboos.
hand. A flower. Let's let the north go. All
North
right,
wind.
so now we have the 9s. We have 7 bam, 8 crack, 9 dot. That's not helpful
7
though.
bamboos.
Okay, 7 bam, 7 8 9 Kong, 7 crack, 8 crack,
dots.
9. Maybe this north I think can go.
Flower.
I'm kind of thinking we could try for the 9 9 9 8 pair hand,
Kong.
but we got skipped.
2 characters.
Oh, there's a joker up for grabs. Let's see here.
3
8
dots.
9 7 8 9. We're gonna take it. No.
Flower.
Okay, now
North wind.
we have potential here for 7 8 9 double run. 4th hand down. We need an 8 bam in here.
8
we-
characters.
We do. Okay, we're gonna pass. We could even play the 7 8 7 8 9 concealed hand. Let's
7
just see what
characters.
we get here. Okay, how many 7s are out there?
West
We
wind.
can still maybe try for the pair hand. 9 crack. Okay, I would not play the pair hand.
9 dots.
Okay, so now we have 2 discards at the moment. We need an 8 bam in here. We have the singles. We need an 8 band.
8 bamboos.
There it is. Oh, darn. That's the second one. Second one out.
4
Now,
dots.
now we're going to be on a thin line here. Thin ice.
Flower.
We're walking on thin ice here. There's the 8. We're good now.
7 bamboos.
I'd say we just bumped up to front runner. We're set.
2 characters.
We have 1 discard.
4 characters.
Boy, this hand creeped up. We're 1 away from ready on the 4th hand down, double run.
Red dragon.
Eight dot? No, we did have really strong
8
potential
dots.
for that pair hand, but then
4 characters.
we have a pung now of 9s.
6 bamboos.
Okay, we're in the end game now with 1 discard.
7 characters.
We're good there. South, 2 are out.
South wind.
It seems nobody wants the 8. There's 1 out and we have 3.
North wind. Flower.
So this player across from us is playing like numbers with 1s.
1 dot.
Uh-oh. That's their tile. Are they ready? Uh-oh.
Mahjong.
I guess they are. I wonder why that took a while there. Okay, so we got 1 away from ready on here's like numbers with 1s. Oh, shucks. Here's news with dragons. And over here we have 369, or no, 579 dragon, I think. 579 dragon. No, what are they doing there? Oh, 5, 6, 7, 8 with dragons. I have no idea what's going on over there. Okay, let's play 1 more game. 1 more game. We're going to jump here, and then I've got to scoot. We're going to try to play 1 more game. We have 7 minutes. All right, let's see. What do we have to work with now? A wide spread. We have a wide spread. Okay, let's see here. 3, 5, 7 in bams. 1, 2, 6, 7 in cracks. 3, 6 in dots. A green dragon with an east and a south. I'm not going to hold these wins. I think we should focus on, we have 2 6s and 2 7s. So I think we should play 5, 6, 7 of some kind. That would leverage most of our tiles. So let's pass 1, 3 with a wind. Oh, thank you for your support. That was a hard game. We've had some tough deals. Okay, some kind of 6, 5, 6, 7 hand here. 6, 7. Let's see. Oh, like numbers with 7s or 6s. We maybe could have kept that east. I want to optimize our potential, though, and focus on number tiles for the sake of expediency. Okay, let's let the dragon go with a 2. Okay, so we have 5 through 8 or 5 through 9 in here. 5, 7, 9, dragon. Oh, I could have kept that dragon. Oh, well. I didn't see it until just now. 3rd hand down on the right. All right, that's okay. We let the dragon go. Let's just see what comes in here. Okay, 8 cracks, 7 dot. Oh my goodness, look at this. We are just spread really super thin here. 6, 7, 8, 9 of some kind. 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8, 9. Okay, now we have some multiples going. 7 dot, 8 crack. All right, we hit it. All right, let's see. Yes, we want to keep going. Thank you. So we have 6, 7, 8 two ways, double run here. And we have tiles we can pass. Somebody said no. Who said no? Oh no. Who said no? Doggone it. Oh man, I really, really despise that. I want to know who said no. Oh my gosh. This is one of my pet peeves here. We don't know who stopped the Charleston. That is really important information to know. I'm so aggravated. All right. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna report that. Okay, let's see. 6, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. Let's let the dragon, let's see, there's the dragon. Okay.
7 bamboos.
All right, I'm not gonna vent right now. Okay, let's move on.
9 characters.
It does tell you who, well, only briefly though.
9 bamboos.
Okay, Kathleen, the player across, I didn't see the player.
8 dots.
I was looking at chat in live stream, so I didn't see who stopped the Charleston, and it went away. So when I saw the screen, I could not tell. And I think that the game should retain that information,
5
because
bamboos.
people are looking at their card, they're looking at their keyboard, they're looking elsewhere, who knows. And I think that would be really
4
good
dots.
information to leave up during that part of the
North
game
wind.
so that we can confirm who stopped the Charleston.
2 bamboos.
Oh, that's all right. We'll move on.
North
I don't
wind.
like passing to people who stopped the Charleston.
7 characters.
I didn't see it, Kathleen.
9 dots.
All right. Anyway, we're just going to move on. Okay, so we're doing double run,
9
6, 7, 8.
bamboos.
Okay, let's see. Here's a 9 though now. 6, 7, 8, 9 we have.
Flower.
Let's see. 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 6 through 9.
West
Pung,
wind.
pung, kong, kong. Potential here. We have the potential dragon hand.
5 dots.
If we get, let's see here. White dragon.
Pung. 2 characters.
5 dot pung out. 9 dot is out.
North wind. 5 bamboos.
1 bam not helpful.
1 bamboo. West wind.
We have 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8 two ways. 4th hand down,
East
or
wind.
we can play the dragon hand below it, or we could play 2 hands down in 1 suit.
2 bamboos.
Oh, we don't need a 3.
3 dots. 2 bamboos.
Any 7s out yet?
7 bamboos.
7 crack, 1 is out. Where is it?
7 dots.
Right here. 7 crack there. Okay. First 7 dot. Let's pass for now. White dragon. Okay. Let's go for the dragon hand.
6 characters.
So we're going to try for the dragon hand.
2
1,
characters.
2, 3. 5th hand down. 5th hand down.
6
Let's
dots.
see. We've got pair, pair. Okay, those are pairs for us. If we play the dragon hand, we can pung the 8 and the 9. We just need a little bit of help in here. 1 more good pick.
6 characters.
Wish the game had a
7
symbol like
characters.
C crossed out to show who stopped it. I think so too. In person, you'd
3
know the whole game
characters.
who stopped it. Well,
Kong.
there's no, well, it's a challenge for live
5
streamers
characters.
because our attention is diversified. We have to split our time, our focus between chat
4
and the
dots.
game, and so we miss things.
South wind. 8
Thanks, Kathleen.
bamboos.
It came in nice. We still have a little work to
Green
do.
dragon.
We need to draw. We need an 8 dot white dragon. Joker would be not. Ooh, 8 crack. 8
3
crack.
bamboos.
This is not. Some people think this is good Joker bait, but really it's not, because anybody who has
3
1 8
bamboos.
with a Joker will likely hold it or else not use it and play something else. This
4
looks like Joker bait,
bamboos.
but it's really not. So we still need a good pick. We're at 61 tiles. We're almost at the middle game.
3 bamboos.
Let's see. Let's let this 8 go first. So
8
there are 2
characters.
north, south, and a south. We have a south here.
4 bamboos.
We have a south here. North and south are out. West, east, west. I don't think anyone's
4
playing wins.
characters.
57 tiles. We need to
Green
start
dragon.
holding on to safe discards here. Oh, 3 dot. I don't want to hold on to that. We have a
3
player on the
dots.
left with 3s and the player on the right with 5s.
Three dots.
There's hesitation on that. There's a 3 bam though right here in front of this player
2
on the
dots.
left. All right, we need a keeper.
East wind.
No.
3 bamboos.
All right, 51 tiles remaining.
Green dragon. 5 characters.
Nope, that's not for us. Oh, we got skipped. Darn. All right, so 5 dot with a
1
5
dot.
crack Kong. They're playing like numbers. That shouldn't affect us too much unless we draw a
6
5.
dots.
Okay, that's a pair for us, so we're okay. We have 2
8
picks, 2
bamboos.
picks before the end game. 4 dot, 2 are out. Let's throw the 8.
8 characters. 8 dots.
Okay, pung.
Pung.
We're gonna push it.
8 characters.
So these 2 discards should be safe. 2 of each are out. We're at 45 tiles remaining. We have 1 more pick in the middle
6
game.
bamboos.
We can pung the 9. We need a little help with our dragon. There are 2
4
jokers up
characters.
for, no, that joker's locked in. This one is available.
East wind.
Oh, 9 crack. 1 is out.
9 characters. 8 characters.
So we're at 40 tiles
4
remaining. This is the
characters.
this is the end game. We have 2 discards.
West wind.
We have a hand with no gaps. Let's let the 4 go.
4 dots.
At this point, I think we should play to win. We need 1 good pick.
Red dragon.
No white dragons are out, though. We don't know what this player
2
across from us
characters.
is doing. I don't think they're playing a year hand, though. All the 4s are down.
1 dot.
2s. Somebody
Pung.
could. Oh, here we go. 1. So nobody's playing
2
a year hand.
bamboos.
Nobody's playing a year hand, but someone could still be using white dragons. I'm hoping they're in the wall.
9 characters.
Okay, let's see. 7, bam, 2 are out. 1, let's throw the south.
South wind.
Okay, so 2 of each of the 7s are out.
5 dots.
1 9 dot is out.
2 characters. South wind.
Okay, 7 cracked pair.
7 bamboos.
This should be fine.
8 dots.
Oh, goodness. They got a joker. Darn.
Red dragon.
We have a potential for a pure hand now.
3 dots.
It'd be really nice to get a white dragon or a 9 dot.
6 characters.
A joker's fine. I'll take it.
7 characters.
All right. We have 6 picks left and 1 discard. I think we have a pretty good potential to win here.
Green dragon.
I just don't know who's going to throw a white dragon at this late stage.
West wind.
It would be very risky to throw a white dragon right now.
9 characters.
Okay, east, 3 are out.
7 characters.
Risky discard outcoming. Here we go.
3 characters.
Oh, joker exchange. Oh, goodness. Nice.
6 bamboos.
I wouldn't have minded having that.
2 dots.
All right, our turn's coming up. We need a keeper.
4 bamboos.
North. 3 are out.
East wind. 4 bamboos. 2 dots.
Okay, our turn's coming up. We need a keeper here. We have 3 more picks. 3, 4, 16, 4 more.
Joker.
4 more picks. Oh, 6 bam was just thrown.
6 bamboos.
Joker thrown. Are they switching to defense or do they need a
9
pair?
bamboos. 4 characters.
I wonder what they're playing with a 3 bam
6
or 3 crack
bamboos.
Kong. 7 bam is out.
7 bamboos.
All right, we get 2 more picks and we have 1 discard.
9 bamboos. 2 dots. Joker.
Oh, white dragon. Look,
North wind.
we're ready to win on a 9 dot or a white dragon. Could it be in the wall?
Joker.
Oh, fold.
Joker.
Oh my goodness.
Red dragon.
9 dot, white dragon. 4 dot.
Joker.
Might as well. That's painful.
Joker.
Oh. They had our tiles. Bummer. This player had our tiles. Like numbers with 1s. Ooh, I don't know. 1, 3, 5, I guess. All right. Okay, that is going to do it. Oh, gosh, sorry for the sun there. That's going to do it for this live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support and your comments, your participation in the chat. I appreciate it so much. If you have any questions watching the repost, write them in the comment section below the video. We'll be back again on Friday night for the Simply Social Let's Play live stream beginning at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to hang out and socialize with us while we still do gameplay with commentary, join us if you're free. Thank you very much. I got to go get Riley now, which is why we started a little bit early today. We'll be back on the regular schedule next week. Yes, we'll be back on the regular schedule next week. Thank you again for coming. Thank you for watching my videos. Does anybody have any questions? Otherwise, I will sign off. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, everyone, for your kind thoughts for Riley. I called on our break and he seems to be doing fine. I have no idea what he's going to look like. They shaved him down. Okay, let's see here. Any questions? Cool, Nina. Okay, let me see what's going on here. Am I locked up? Here we go. You're welcome. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We'll be back again on Friday. Join us if you can. I'd love to see you here. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Click the little gray bell if you do. That way you'll get notification for when I post new videos, and you won't miss an opportunity to learn a new strategy or pick up an insight to the game that could give you an advantage at the table. Between now and the next video, may all your picks be keepers.